Sup, YouTube? This is Big D and Shade,
Yo.
and welcome to Takoyaki Bites. This is where we're gonna give our opinions on one show this season, and
Give you some bite-sized information on what we think of different shows that we are watching throughout the season.
Dungeon. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try for that one either. So,
Yeah. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
I appreciate even from the get-go. I appreciated this anime for the pure fact of it's nice. Yeah, I don't see too many of these. I mean, they're out there, but I guess maybe I don't see them or whatever. But to see the underdog anime.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking? Because here is this guy who is just bottom of the barrel. He has nobody who really appreciates him. No one really thinks much of him. He's a weakling. He's a wuss. And here he is exceeding and excelling and doing all sorts of, he's going through trials. Don't get me wrong about that. He is definitely going through trials. But at the same time, he handles them as well as he possibly can, and he pulls through. So, as Big D will attest to, the 2 episodes back, I watched that one, and I don't normally get overly hyped and excited over animes. And don't get me wrong, I get excited for them, but to me, when I'm excited, really excited for one, that's when I'm sitting here watching them, and I'm like, yes, that is awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I was doing that 2 episodes back when I watched, and Big D knows that part now, is when I watched that one. And oh my God. I watched it like 2 or 3 times over, that section of that part there, and I'm like, yes, it was so beautiful. It was so awesome. As professionally done as that was. And then it was just beautiful at the end where it's just like that intense moment and then everything just goes quiet and you're like, dude, I'm like, hats off to you. Just hats off to you. You gave it your all and you came out on top of that so beautifully.
Yes. I'd say this battle is up there with my top favorite battles.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though I'd say it probably wasn't as long as, well, I don't know.
I mean, if you take it from when the whole battle started, from when he was still struggling with it, no, it was a pretty long one because he was struggling with that for a while before he got the motivation he needed to be able to push through at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Just the reactions of the people watching, I'm like, oh, those are beautiful. Because you have these hardcore professional adventurers who are now standing back in awe of your capabilities and just going, oh my God, did he really just do that? You know, and even the girl that he's kind of trying to get with or whatever, and you know, that last part where because she had said something about, you know, it's hard to cut into the flesh of that, and all of a sudden he just does what he does, and she's that slight wide-eyed expression that she had, and I'm like, you're even impressing her with that.
Yeah.
Because that's a move she didn't probably think you could do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I think even in the next episode, everybody's all jealous. They're like, "Oh my, I gotta do something now!" Like that. I just saw blew my mind. I
love that in the next episode when when all the parties that were going on that adventure teamed up, and the party that he showed that teamed up with them, and the other guys on the charge of the other party are like, "Why is everybody so fired up?" And even she jumps down there. The girl that she's trying to get, the girl that the guy's trying to get with, she jumps down there like, wow, even she's fired up. And I'm like, oh yeah, because now they're like, there's somebody who has some skills out there. So yeah, if anyone out there, if you have One, if you enjoy a good adventure, mythic, or of a fantasy nature type anime, this is a good watch. But two, if you enjoy having to root for the underdog, and at least up to this point, I know he has been succeeding to an extent, then absolutely watch this one because just, oh my God, cannot recommend that highly enough.
Yeah. And
my only hiccup, and I'm sorry I keep cutting you off with this, but my only hiccup though I have to say is the goddess, not his goddess, but the other one. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm a little just like, why is you're making it?
yeah.
Yeah, if she's the bad guy, then you're really not doing a good job and just being overt about that. And if she's not the bad guy, then what the hell's going on?
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like she's doing something in reverse.
Yeah, I really do.
She's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then he's beating that, and all the good people are like, yeah, and then she, which is not a good person, she's like, yeah, too. So I'm like, no, no.
What are you doing here?
You messed up your plan, right? I don't. Yeah. I still don't. I don't know.
I mean, unless she's trying to like subvert him or something,
And
or
I feel like it could be because he's gullible.
he is gullible. He is gullible, but I mean, he's so nice. You just don't. You're like, and it's yeah, it can be a flaw and whatever to be too nice and too trustworthy, but you're like, because with his partner, the little girl, I'm like, yes, that was being gullible, but it paid off. It panned out.
Yeah.
So you can't necessarily fault him for that.
Yeah.
Because you're like, yeah, you're kind of gullible, but you make friends and you do the good thing and the good deeds that way. So
if I think about it as far as other shows too, like the main character who's the underdog and works his way up, or somebody who does good, they have their own gullible side too.
Yeah.
Like you have the hero who can't kill, so the villain's like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of that, or
yeah,
something like that. So I guess
I'm hoping that the way they're building this up, that he doesn't have, it's not the tragic hero, because he has the hero thing going now.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it ain't gonna be the tragic hero. Let's not go into that trope there where he builds himself up and he's this like such a great guy, and then something happens and he just falls. I really would hate to see that happen here, and it's a possibility. So I'm not 100% sure what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
And I do like how, in a way, he's kind of overpowered, but
it's because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Which is one of the greatest things. His goddess is keeping that information from him, but she has to keep the information from him because that's the only way his ability works.
Yeah.
If he understands how it works, it negates it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the most interesting thing about that.
Mm-hmm. And then I still don't have even the last time, I still don't have a scale of like strength. I feel like the normal scale that shows usually do will be at the beginning, you go a little bit, and then there's this big leap, and you're like, oh, well, I kind of jumped far, so I got to like go way past that, and everything's just getting this gigantic scale. As with this one, people take months to go up levels.
Yep.
And in a couple episodes, he'd go up. He's like, oh my God, I went up a level. I'm on level 2. And I'm like, wait.
But see, they would understand how big and significant that is because most people would go, "That's not significant. What the hell are you talking about? You went to level 2." Anyone who plays games with it, you're like, "How easy is it to go to level 2?"
Yeah.
But when the fact that the girl that he is really pining for, they even said she took a year to get to level 2,
Yeah.
and he took a month.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's just in awe of his and jealous of his abilities because it's like
And
he
then
is
she was
growing.
way more powerful. Like she's a lot stronger than everybody else.
He
And she took it.
she's at least a couple levels above that. She has to be. I mean, if the scale is going in that direction, I'd have to say she's probably like maybe level 5. I want to
Mhm.
say.
Well, I'm saying like her compared to like all the regular people, she is super powerful, like
Oh yeah, no,
really
she
strong
is.
compared to everybody else. And then he, I guess, is what 12 times as fast.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I really like how all the numbers are small and like there's different tiers
I
of
agree.
numbers because I feel like it'll be rank 2, maybe not level 2, but like rank 2 as far as skills. And
Mm.
then there was something like a class letter for his skills or something like that. So I'm like, there's all these stats. Somebody give me a chart. And I'm like, okay, he's rank 2, which probably means like he gains XP faster or something like that, but he's actually level 17 and like his skills are this class. I'm like, I don't
Well, I guess I kind of see it because they break it down according to, I think the levels are based upon his skills.
mm,
So since he really doesn't have much in the way of skills, that's why his level is as low as it is.
mm,
But his physical stats are all top tier.
yeah.
All his actual physical stats are probably on par or close to on par with the girl,
Mm,
but it's just the fact that she has more experience
yeah.
is the reason why she outdoes him. But if the way it keeps going the way it's going, he might be able to exceed that. So
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
have to
see,
see.
I'm trying to think. So the first time he had a big fight, he was trying to save the goddess. He was
Hmm.
running from that thing, and then other than that, he didn't really have
But he keeps going back into that dungeon and keeps doing, you know, facing. Yeah, they're probably weaker, I want to say, but
uh,
he faces so many of them
yeah,
and he keeps doing it for such a length of time because there was that one ep where he went into the dungeon at night and
yeah,
then came back in the morning, so he did an
yeah,
all-nighter throughout the
yeah,
entire night, just, and he came back bloody bruised and limping, but he still came back.
yeah. But I'm trying to think, like, as far as like like even if he does that, he still doesn't get a huge boost in XP.
No.
I'd say for like the part when he was running, trying to save the goddess, he got his, um, he got his new weapon that, like, I'm trying to think like the big changes that usually he would outclass a bunch of people. Like if it was another show and they do their whole training montage and then he'd have a new skill, he kind of like outclass a bunch of characters, and
Hmm.
then you'd find a bunch of villains and stuff like that, and then he'd outclass those villains, and then he just gradually keep going higher villains, but then all the regular characters get left behind. Whereas in this one, which I really love, is he was at the bottom,
Yeah.
and after that fight and he gets his weapon, he jumps to us. We're following him, and he jumps a lot in skill, and he has this really cool weapon. But then compared to everybody else, he's still way down there.
Oh
And
yeah.
then he goes, because he knows that he's going into the dungeons and all that kind of that stuff like that, pulling all-nighters, getting beaten up and everything. But it's not really making like a huge jump until what's the name? Um,
Trains
said,
him.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Then he starts being more efficient, and then what's the name's like, hey, let's go to this level, and all of that stuff happened, and
Hmm.
he jumps another level, and then with this last big fight, he jumps enough to where everybody else is worried about him.
Yeah, now that everyone's he actually jumped to a point where everyone's actually beginning to notice him and being like,
Yeah.
this guy could be someone up and coming, they're like, okay, yeah, this could be interesting.
Yeah, so I love how this
Yes.
I love the way this is paced. So
Yes, absolutely.
highly, highly. I want another season.
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely. Who did this one?
I want to say, I don't want to say A1. No.
So whoever did this one, whoever you are, you need to jump on this. Keep this train rolling.
Yeah.
Because you're building up momentum and you're building up steam. Let's keep it rolling because yeah, this can be a series for a good while, and I'd still watch it.
Yeah, this is JC staff.
Oh, absolutely, JC staff. Y'all out there, if you even happen to watch this for whatever reason, jump on it. Because we're popular, we can do that.
Love it.
Keep it going, keep it going. So,
all right, and that's been Takoyaki Bites, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.
bye.